Welcome to the bonus weekend project that you're seeing on Monday. We still wanted to do the charity quilts for the girls because I said every weekend for the month of February we're going to do charity quilts. So it was first the boys, now it was the girls. But with the block of the month taking so long, no, I'm kidding. It was complex, but I enjoyed it, and I just, didn't want to push everything at you for 2 hours or an hour and a half or something like that. It was not a live stream. That was yesterday. Okay, so what I've done here is actually, I had some of this fabric donated to me. It's actually called the Bunny Patch from Northcott, and this is flannel. And isn't it cute? It's a lovely little panel. A panel starts right here, there we go. It's only about 23, 24 inches, depending on how it's cut. This was a bit on an angle, so this one ended up being 23, and the other one ends up being, I have two, is a bit of it's 22 and a half or something like that. So nonetheless, love these pieces were donated, and the coordinating fabrics to go with them are also Bunny Patch from Northcott. And if you go northcott.net, you should be able to find their information, because that's what it has on their little tabby label thingy, okay? So anyways, so I cut this. I thought, you know what, perfect ways to use this for charity quilts. As much as I like bunnies and caterpillars and stuff, it really is a great gift for a girl, a young one. So I had a bunch of these also little strips of fabric that coordinate with this Bunny Patch fabric, and I just cut them into 2.5-inch strips. There's, it's got some puppies and some bunnies and some cats, and then, brown complementary here, and it's obviously here, the background here, then it's in pink. As they do it a few tones, different patterns, but it's all within the pink and brown, which I thought was kind of neat considering we just did the scrappy quilts, right? So anyways, so I cut him into strips of 2.5, and then I cut that strip of 2.5 in half. And then I was lining 8 of them up, like a big long, if I was doing a bias, like going binding all the way around a quilt or something like that. And then what I did for this one, just to kind of give me that little bit of a jelly roll kind of feel to it, or the jelly roll race kind of feel to it. Sorry, it is a, anyways, nonetheless, you know what a jelly roll is. Feel to it with the, lining it up and then cutting the piece and then lining the next one, then cutting the piece, and just having that mix and mix throughout the thing. So that's exactly what I did to do the borders of this. So I only did 3. You could do 4 or 5 or whatever. And if you wanted to make this size out of just strips of 2.5, you'd need 18. I did a little measurement and need approximately 18 to do this size, okay? And that's a great charity size, right? So anyways, I have one panel here ready to rock, because I said we were doing 2. We want to make sure we're giving 8 quilts to kids charity this month, but we're also going to donate the pink and brown bear paw as well. Pop has somebody an organization local that he'd like to reach out to, and we're going to send up a couple of kids quilts that I have already previously done here in the shop that have just been kind of hanging around. We're going to send those up too. Okay, so for the one side here, I've already cut my 8. I put 8 rows together, or 8 strips together of the a meter strip, or from salvage to salvage. Okay, so that gives you, approximately 20, 22 inches. And of course, you're going to use your line it up, put the cut, and then that's where my little bucket has been getting very filled with all these little fabrics from making all these lovely little projects. And because I know I need 42 inches a strip, every strip needs to be 42 inches because that's how long it is from here top to bottom of this. What I was doing was just taking my strip, straightening it out a bit, okay, and then putting the fold at the halfway there, and then lining 2 edges up to the 21, because of course that gives me 42, and just rolling your finger till you get it. Super easy. And that to me was kind of still doing that little bit of a jelly roll race idea to it by mixing and matching all where the fabrics are going. So I'm having this right on the 0. That fold of that fabric is on my 0 line. And I'm lining this all the way up here, and my flat edge on this piece right here is at 21, and then I'm just going to cut a nice straight line with the ruler I probably dropped on the bucket, but that's okay. I'll use this one because it got pushed on the floor. It's okay, Pop, I got this one. Just mind your beaner. Whoops. Done that a time or two. All right, so there's one strip. Okay, and now I'm gonna take that fabric that I just had, move it all the way up, do what I just did, come over here with my finger, let it do a little roll on the mat till I get it to, and even if I have to go backwards, okay, line that up so it's on the line of 21 to me because I know I need 42 and this folded up twice. Okay, that's on 0. Okay, and then just line up. If you want to trim the other one too by a smidge, just to make sure you have a nice straight line on both edges, that's fine too, you know. All right, so that's 2. We need 3 for each side, okay? And I did start one already, and then I have all these other ones we can add for the second side, okay? So we're gonna mix it up a bit and do the other one. Just pretty much do this a couple more times. We'll get our 3 for the one side and get them all sewn together. I just like a little bit of, you know, mix and match, and sometimes you get pieces that line up, but one's a big chunk, one's a little chunk, one's at the top of the piece, one's at the bottom of the piece. I don't know, I just kind of like it. I think it's kind of neat. I know we can save a little bit more fabric. We move there. I'm so frugal. Try to get it close to the line as possible. It's the precious fabric. And it's so flannelly and soft. I love it. It's been fun to work with. I love flannel. Oh, move it over there on the 0 line. Okay, make sure we are pretty accurate. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's 3. So that's going to be one side of this. And then I could cut, well, we're actually going to have to cut it. We get it. I thought what I had was only going to get us 3 lines, but it'll get us at least 1 more. And then we just sew on a couple more to get the other 2. All right, so move that up to the 21. I thought a good way to use maybe a panel piece that you thought maybe was too short, just add a couple of strips to the side of it. Kind of bulk it out a bit, add a bit of pop of color, complement it. This just happened to come all in one big bag. I have some little, I don't know, Eskimo and polar bear and fun flannel fabric for the boys for next weekend. So very happy about that. I'll show you that too. Well, it's blue and white, so I just, you know what I mean. It could go either way, let's put it that way, all right? Okay, so there's my other one. And of course, that's not gonna get me anywhere, so we need to start adding on. And I like that, somehow it ended up with a smaller piece on one end and a smaller piece on the other, and it's gonna work its way. Okay, so we take this, this is how we do binding. Excuse me while I scoot over. I don't want to scoot too fast because I realized my battery pack had slipped out from the back of my pants. And I don't want to lose it. All right, so what we do, so you can mark this if you want. I wing it because I'm dangerous that way. And then I do one for the bucket. And I've been doing that every time I can remember, pretty much all the time, since we did the tulip quilt. That must have been in the spring, I think, right? Because that's why I think we thought of it. So it's been a while. It's been quite a while. So what you do is you sew down from corner to corner, and then instead of just cutting at a 1/4 inch, you come up a little bit more, like just over a 1/2 inch or about a 1/2 inch, and you put another stitch line, and then you cut that in between, and you got somebody for the bucket. And they're pretty much all the same size in there. There was only a couple, I think, when I was doing the fishy quilt that got a little smaller because the fish I made was smaller. So, all right, so we're going to make sure we have at least 8 of these together. So we'll classify this as maybe 1, and this will be 2, and this will be 3, and we'll sew the rest together to make our 8. Okay. And then we'll do well, actually, don't we need, because we only needed 2. So I don't know. We'll do a few. Okay, because we got 1 already out of the other side. All right. And then just lop that right off in between, and that you have yourself a little 1.5 by 1.5 for a project. And just think what the cute little bag that's going to make, because I'm going to make a bag out of that, because every single one is going to be a project I did. So that's what I thought was really kind of cool. I'm like, I like that. I'm going to flip this to the other side and grab another color. Look at this. These guys are so cute. It's got butterflies. And then we're going to stitch it up with butterflies. Butterflies and flowers. Isn't that adorable? It's got kitty cats. It's got doggies. Bunny rabbits. Very fun and kid orientated. At least I think so anyways. Make sure that point was down. It's so short of only, you know, a little bit, so I don't mark. And I figure all these are going to get trimmed up to the same size anyways whenever I decide to take the time. Once the bucket's full. I said when the bucket's full. I really like this little rainbowy one here. It has all the colors that are in the panel, but it has this little pop of green, a little pop of turquoise, you know, and yeah, I don't know. It's pretty much that those little two colors. Just add a lot. Add a lot to the eye. And I'll probably pick like a turquoisey or greeny colored thread to stitch everybody out together. Actually, Pop, would you do me a favor and grab that white with the colored polka dots Northcott fabric that we're going to use for the backing so I can show them? Please? It's on the, yeah, it's on the rack. It's on the rack! White base and then that way, you know, because the flannel's on the front and then the cotton is on the back, you can have it either way and it's just going to be an art piece. There we go. Beautiful. Isn't that lovely? Here, I'll let you look at that for a second. Oh. Is that beautiful? That's going to be the back. Let me fix my mic here, or my mic pack. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to look lovely. Isn't that going to be a nice little pop of color between the two? So, to me anyways, I think so. Oh, there's those buddies, right? Oh yeah, because I kicked them off the top. All right, now let's do, oh, I like these pink with the flowers. That's very pretty too. Love that. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be the backing for both of them. It's Colorworks Concepts 20796. If that interests you in all whatsoever. And if you're interested in the back panels, the very rainbowy, lovely, triangle textured, very movement panels that we had for the boys quilt on Wednesday, Long Arm Wednesday when we quilted that up, check out our main page. Sorry. Our web store, sorry, thank you. I had a brain fart there, which happens regularly. And you can purchase the panel from there. It's not very expensive, so probably cost you more to get it for shipping, but it's a really awesome panel and it's a great base for a quilt out, and you can just keep adding around it. Have that be your set, like your log cabin center, and then just build out around it. It could be fantastic. All right, so what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We should probably be okay, but let's give it a little measure. We can pop that there. Because we needed 2 more pieces at 42 inches. Okay. I think I was getting good at this. I was almost there. And if you had like a really fun fabric, like maybe this itself, I would have cut a nice big rectangle of that and then kind of did some funky colors on the outside. You know, pulled in some of that pinks, the whites, the browns, the blacks, the creams, you know, all those sorts of lovely colors. You could definitely do that too. You don't have to make it like a panel piece is the way I have it here. I mean, use what you got. Showcase the fabric, you know, make it a big chunk. Okay, so there's that. And then, like the pink. And then this, and that should be enough to do our 2 sides, and we'll sew the 3 strips together, and then attach it to either side, and then that should be it. So, but it does make a nice little size, and then we'll, and I have enough of this to probably do another maybe strip quilt with it. I may do that, or I'll save it for the binding, and then the rest will be for my stash. So I don't know. I haven't quite figured it out yet, but you know, it always comes with time. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Oops, put those guys in the bucket. Pretty good. You could tell some projects in there. Oh, I don't know how you got in there, Yellow Brick Road. You could tell for the Canada quilt, for the Christmas stuff, and yep, good fun. Good fun. Everything's a memory. All right, now you can line these up any way you like. I think because I like a little bit of this, you know, funky pattern from edge to edge here with this and this one here. So the pink and then with the brown butterflies. And I just line them up. If you have to put a little pin in on either end or one in the center to make sure your 42 inches is going to stay the 42 inches and not weeble wobble and one be longer than the other, then do so. It doesn't take much time, and you're just securing and you're making sure as you're going along nothing's gonna, you know, move out of place. And you can just kind of relax and just feed her on in. Let the bouncing of the table begin. I slow down a little bit. Once again, it has been snowing like crazy, and for days. We must have about 2 feet of snow out there, and it's supposed to continue on for a couple more hours. Oh yeah, ain't no spring coming anytime soon. There we go. Okay. Hope you guys like the block of the month. That's from Thursday's Tech Talk, and then Saturday's Weekend Project is right behind me. I have January and February up there, so you could see them both in case you're new and didn't know we were doing a block of the month. There they are. And when we do Marches as well, I'll put all 3 of them up there so you can see them all together. I think I want to add the pink on the outside. And there. Actually, does a second piece have pink in it? Yes, it does. Okay. Well, all has pink in it. I meant with the pink and teal and green. Kind of equal. I don't want it just all on one side. I kind of want to have a piece of that on one side and a piece of that on the other side. It's all fair. Don't want to leave anybody out. Okay, so like I said, just pin it up. It's some beautiful fabrics. Like I said, they know that we do donation quilts a lot here in the quilt shop, and we're very happy to send this my way and be able to do something with it. And I was very, very happy. Very happy to be able to have fun with this fabric and be able to give it away to somebody who needs it too. I am going to keep the red and gray quilt for now. I'm not saying I'm giving them all away, but I would like to give the pink and brown bear paw away. It's a good size. It covers a good size bed. It could be for a couple. It could be for a single person. It could be for whoever. It doesn't matter. It's going to go to someone who needs it. And like I said, Pop has a contact. So, and all these charity quilts here are going to the Linus Project, and we already have a contact with them, and we're very excited that all 8 of them already have a home. And I have a couple other kids' quilts hanging around here that just need some binding, so they'll probably end up with about 12 in the end. So, good for the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. Go team! All right, so that's 3. That's one side. Okay. That's that little strip together. Okay, and we can press that. I didn't move my iron board around today. I'm sorry. Won't be long, I promise. We'll still talk. Yeah, I love the block. Love the block. I love this, actually. This block is my favorite of it for some particular reason. I really like that shape. For some reason, I see a airplane. I can see a kid's quilt in that. Like, I don't know, kid's boy quilt, you know. Okay, so that's one section. That'll go on one side of this panel. Oops. Down there, and then we'll sew the other 3 together. Okay. Here and here. Okay, it's not that I don't want those 2 touching. Just want to make sure they're kind of equally distributed color-wise, you know, so not all stuck in one section. And then we'll sew these 3 together. Sorry, and then press them. Sorry, a little drink. Better. And then we'll sew them onto the sides, and then that's it. And it makes a good size. Like I said, it's about 42 by 36 or something like that, which is pretty much what they were looking for. And very much equal to the size of the boys' quilts that we did earlier. Not that I'm trying to pay favorites or anything. Just want to try and make them all around the same size. All right, just one more side. Okay. Now you get to pick, right? You know, some of this fabric was directional and you want it like the panel because it's all going the right way. Like what if these doggies or these cats or something like that were all sitting upright, and, you know, you'd want to make sure, if you could, make it directional. So, you know, that's the time you can flip and flop it, right? All right, so let's do this one. Put it on that side. Actually, you know what? I think this is actually directional, isn't it? It is. So that means that little doggy down there needs to be in line. Yes, there we go. I don't want to turn him upside down if he's upright, so there we go. Okay. Make sure we do that. So yeah, exactly what I said, and I didn't even realize it was directional until I saw the doggy. And the doggies were all sitting in the same way. Those are the little things, right? The little things that you tweak and get to know and try to perfect and, you know, think about with every project. Is it directional? Does it need to be directional? If I make this quilt out of this fabric and I want all this fabric to go in this way, I have to make sure I have enough, right? You don't want to be chunking, you know, 2.5-inch strips all the way to make 5 feet or something. Let's line this up a bit better. Okay. Where are you? All the animals are quiet. Well, I was kind of playing with Sophie, so she should, and I gave her a little, you know, snack or so she was happy. But yes, Clive was very much in the weekend project video, hiding underneath my ironing. Well, he was actually laying on some little extra bits of batting, actually, that I was trimming off the boys' charity quilts, and how did you get in there? And he was all snug over there in the corner. See his little tail every now and again, his little ears. He's got to get his camera time. That's okay. They're pretty good critters. Mr. Clive is very adorable. Actually, the placemat, I made him, I think the second year we had him, because we adopted him. And I got it stitched out on a Clive the Wackadoodle cat. Because it suited him. And I think someone was coming over to cat sit for us and laughed really hard when they saw the little placemat and what it was under it. Whatever. He's our Wackadoodle cat. And he is. All right, so iron this, and then we'll sew it to either side of that little panel piece or that big chunk of fabric or whatever. You know, sometimes you get a really nice, beautiful piece of fabric that you just don't want to chop up. I've actually got a big, it's not necessarily, well, I have a space panel, but not the big space astronaut one. That's huge and humongous. Not that one, but like space fabric that I thought, I don't know if I really want to chop all that up. I mean, some of it, maybe to make some border pieces or some corner pieces and stuff, or like a block or whatever, but the whole, all of it literally kind of has our little solar system and all the little planets all the way around. It's not in sequence or anything, but it still looks really kind of cool. So that's another thing I might do with some of that fabric, and that could be some boys. We'll see what works out for next weekend. Okay, so what I was just yipping about was directional, so let's make sure we're doing that with this. Do I want it so close together, or do I want this on the side? Because you can pick a side. And then I do suggest pinning this in at least 3 spots, one end, and right in the middle. Okay. Just to make sure everybody's going together at the same pace. Nobody's trying to, you know, go faster than the other. No turtle in the hair. There we go. Hope you enjoyed yesterday's live stream. We had a blast. Hope you were there to join us. Almost there. Yeah, I had to trim this up a little bit. It had a little angle cut on one side, so, you know, I don't know if it would have been bigger or otherwise. I don't remember seeing this in my catalog when I get my catalog via the Mama Pop Quilt Shop sort of thing. So maybe it was, I forgot to check the year on it. I don't remember. Could be a few years old. It could be brand new last year. I'm not exactly sure. So like I said, it was just given to me to say, hey, I know you do charity stuff, make something with this. I'm like, oh boy, I will. Thank you so much. And oh boy, look at me now. Yes, I am. So if you're watching, thank you very much. You know who you are. Yeah, it's nice to have such a little giving community and area that we live in. Oh, it's like, where's that blue fabric coming from? I thought it was a straggler for some reason. Like, what's... Got a little confused. Yeah, and that's why we like to give back to it as well. You know, it gives, and we want to give in return. So, all right. So those are those ones. Did I miss a pin at the top? No, I didn't. Okay. So there's that side, and we'll press them both once they're both done. Isn't that cute? I like those fabrics together. Like, especially, I really like. I would like a whole backing of that. That would have been nice. Maybe I'll go look for it. Maybe I could find on discount or something. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at this one to see if it had any of that little puppy fabric that was directional, and it doesn't look like it has any of it, so I can put this any way I like, it looks like. So I'm going to put it on down on this side. Okay, so we'll pin this, and it's 3 little spots like I had before. Okay. 2. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm just saying it's a helpful tip. You know, you can be your own rebel in your own place. What was that? Ruckus going on back there, I tell you. I just chose white thread. I like Gutermann thread, and it's 100% polyester. Polyester. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Don't all lead you astray. It's good Canadian thread. We love it. And of course, you could do this bigger. You could add a couple strips all the way around. You could, keep going with the strips on the sides and then do more strips at the top and make it like a little framing it up or something like that with a bit, you know, it's up to you. I'm just doing it this size because that's pretty much the minimum required size for the toddlers and up, right? Toddlers to preteens or something. No, that wouldn't be preteens because it'd be a little bit too big for that. Little guys. And then maybe towards the summer, we can work on some bigger kids quilts, like maybe a twin size. And then after that, you know, we can progress to making a few up for getting them ready for Christmas donation. So that's our goal for the year, is to get at least a few more out. I liked our number of last year, but that was a lot of help from a lot of other people with the quilting bee in the Ronald McDonald House. All right, let's press that, and then I will show you our beautiful little work. Like I said, if you want to just use the strips, you can just put 18 of them together, cut them in 42, 44, 56, hut, I don't know, whatever, any length you like. And it makes a great little quilt. They do call that somewhat of a jelly roll race, but the jelly roll race is you keep sewing until all your strips are done. And then you take from that strip and lead it all the way to the other end, and then you sew that seam, and then you cut. And then you take that strip and go to the other end, and then you sew that, and then you go, yeah. So I kind of did a little bit different, but I'm calling it maybe a short race. I don't know. I wanted to get there faster. I took the shortcut. Jelly roll shortcut. There we go. And I'll stand up and show you guys so you can see it. There we go. Perfect. So there's one. There's the one we just did. Isn't that beautiful? Love all little mix of colors. It's a great size. You know what I mean? Even for a nice lap quilt for somebody or something like that, you know, kid or otherwise. And I love that beautiful soft flannel. It's so lovely. All right, and then we'll show you the other one. Stay there. And I like the panel. It's cute with the bunnies. Bunnies and the kitties and the caterpillars. And that's the other one. A little bit more brown on this one, but it doesn't matter to me. I think they're both going to be loved. And like I said, we're going to stitch it up with butterflies. You'll see, I'm not sure when you'll see that. We may have to do the bear paw pink and brown as a other special video, because we've got so much going on and we still needed to quilt that up. So I have stitched in the ditch in it. It does need a little bit more of a finish, and then it'll be off to donation. So maybe we'll have Walt help finish it off. So, all right. So thanks very much, everybody, for watching your bonus video, and we appreciate it. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and trying to figure out where my little pattern went. What did I do with it? Facebook, Patreon, YouTube. I don't know. I've lost it. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, there it is. Ha! Okay. So, just on Patreon is a place where you can go and help support us as a business, as well as encourage us to do other content as well. So what we have going on there is a block of the month. It's called the Blazing Star of 2017 Block of the Month kit. I have it all here. I've read through it. It's pretty okay. I don't see any issues, really. I think there's a couple of spots that's going to challenge me, but I like a challenge. And I'm looking forward to doing it. So if you want to come check us out there, it has to be the $10 donation section. And we will be doing that video on this quilt kit right here. So very excited to be doing that. We're going to be shooting the video this week. So if you want to, sign up so you can get included. And anybody who wants to go check out this kit or pick up this kit, it is on clearance for 50 to 75% off on Craftsy. So that's the only reason why I bought it. And I really, really like the colors. So I wasn't going to pay full price. I'm too frugal for that. Okay, so see you later, everybody. Take care, big hugs, and we will see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody. Take care.